Hello and welcome to the Dad Lasol sessions on Thursday, the 30th of October, 2025. Yes, it's Halloween Eve. I don't think that's anything special, is it? Anyway, whatever. My name's Jim. This is the Dad Lasol sessions. This is a monthly live stream where we get together, talk about Dad Lasol, and we meet someone who's got something interesting to say, something fascinating to talk about. In this case, it's Charlie Moore. She runs Charlie's Angels Kitchens in Tunbridge Wells. Now, that is the venue for our Tunbridge Wells, our brand new Dad's Only Meetup, our Dad Lasol Sessions event. And you can go on the first Thursday of every month, and there'll be an interesting speaker. There'll be a chance to meet loads of other dads and have a chat, and then play some games, have some food, some drink. The food is amazing because Charlie runs this place. And one of the interesting things is that it's entirely based around reducing food waste. And she's got really good reasons for doing that. Some fascinating stuff to talk about. And that's what she's here to kind of go on about, is how she built the business and why it's important not to waste food, how much food we do waste, and ways that you can stop wasting your food as well, plus all sorts of other stuff. She's really engaging, really interesting, really fun, and that'll be a cracking interview. So make sure, I mean, I know it is, I did it about a week ago. I'm just going to play out a video. Also, more on the Letters to Our Sons campaign, which is us teaming up, with Stephen Graham, the amazing actor, which still can't get over that we're kind of collaborating with him. He is going to donate some money for every letter dads write to their sons that gets published in this book that they're writing, him and Orly Klein. We're going to get some money to help us support dads and prevent social isolation. So it's a really amazing thing. And thank you so much. If you do send a letter, you're helping to support Dad Lasol, as is the profile of the amazing Stephen Graham. So I'll play that video out in a bit. First of all, it would be my chat with Dan, our Uberlord of Dad Lasol, the founder, the king of Dad Lasol. We tried to record it earlier and it wouldn't work. I don't really know why. Technology is not our friend at the moment. So what I'm going to do is hand over to a recorded version of Dan on his own. Who knows what he's going to do? Well, I do. I've just listened through it and it mainly makes sense. Sort of. As much as Dan ever makes sense, all right? So here we go. Coming up then, Dan. Then you've got the video about Stephen Graham where you'll find out more about it. And then you've got Charlie Moore from Charlie's Angels, Tunbridge Wells, to sort of bring it back around with some kind of professionalism. Not guaranteed. Charlie is, not me. And I'm part of that interview. Anyway, Dad Lasol Sessions.
Ha 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 ha. That was a really funny thing you said, Jim. Yeah, obviously this is just me now talking to the camera because the bloody connection won't work. So what's been happening in Dad Lasol? Obviously, we've been a little bit busy. We've got this amazing partnership with Bloomsbury Publishing and Stephen Graham around a book called Letters to Your Son. So I think Jim's going to show you the video about that, and we're encouraging dads of all types, male carers, stepdads, whatever you want, to actually write the letter that you would have liked to receive as a child. It can be happy, it can be sad, it can be worldly wise, wisdom. It's just a nice thing to do. And imagine it's going to be in a tangible book potentially with Stephen Graham, and it's sent all around the world. What a wonderful thing. Tonight we are in Brighton for our Dad Lasol sessions with the lovely Alex Williamson, who's discussing all things around being a step parent and how you negotiate those. You fall in love with somebody, they've got kids. How do you negotiate it? Maybe you don't have children of your own. Maybe you've got to blend two families together. It's a bloody nightmare. So Alex runs the amazing Step by Step, which obviously offers courses and workshops and support to step parents. So we're going to hear a stepmum's point of view. Next week, we are in Tunbridge Wells for the second of our Dad Lasol sessions there. A little bit different. We've got a talk from one of our members, Dan, about his recovery through alcohol and gambling and how AA has helped him be a much nicer person. So I've known this fella for many, many years, and so I've seen his recovery firsthand. So it's really incredibly enlightening and kind of sad as well that you had to go to some very dark places to be able to see the light. We are then joined by the wonderful John Curtis, who is very well known in the area as a singing window cleaner. But this is not sort of who's a fella who used to go up and down. This is why this is awkward, because we could be coming back and forth. But no, John's a really well known and regarded reggae singer. So we're going to talk about alcohol and gambling and recovery, and then we're going to get a little bit of a Rasta and UB40 on. A little bit different. So that's what we like to do. And then the following week, we are back at Plus X for our next Dad's Play Date. And we have got an obscene, and I mean genuinely an obscene amount of Hot Wheels coming. One of our lovely lads, Freddie, just happened to put in the chat that his wife's taken over the franchise for this amazing birthday party that does all this sort of stuff. And I was like, oh, yes, right. Not my birthday, but yes, we're having it here. So, yeah, look out for the details of that. And also, right, I know it's only, well, it's just about Halloween, isn't it? We've got to get through Christmas, all the stuff. But we are already busy planning next year's events. So we want your ideas. So speakers, is there a particular issue that you want some help with? Is there a comedian that you want to see? If there's an author, also for the play dates, is there somewhere that we should be? Is there a decent art gallery near you, museum, tech space? Do you know anybody that would be really good fun to get involved? So I'm going to send you a little link to a survey. So please, please, please do jot your ideas down there. And I'm going to pick one. Right? We might use loads, but the best idea I will give a Dadless Old Top to. So not only can you get that would be a good thing if they did that. Rather than just WhatsApping me in the middle of the night, we have to stick it on this, right? So we can plan the next 12 months of events. We can draw down on your ideas, and if it's something that really, really we enjoy or tickles me, I'll give you a sweatshirt. So you get to shape the future, but you also get to look really good. So yeah, that's just a quick update for me. God, it's even 5 minutes. This is what happens when Jim and I are not online together, because the first normally it's like 10 minutes of us rapping about Rosie and Jim or the bill or whatever weirdness comes into it. So yeah, this is what's happening in Dadless Soul. Join us on all the socials at Dadless Soul. And yeah, until next time, boys and girls, be kind to each other.
After my experience of making adolescents, I was really surprised with the amount of dads that came up to me and told me the kind of conversations they'd been having with their sons. We came up with this wonderful idea to ask you dads out there to write some letters for a book where you can really talk to your sons and communicate with your sons. Because a good friend of mine told me about this beautiful idea that Ollie had with his son when he turned 13.
Yeah, we asked a load of men who we loved and admired to write him a letter on what they believe makes a good man and what they wish they'd have known when they were younger. And we ended up with all these letters with amazing nuggets of wisdom in them and life lessons for him to sort of carry through now for the rest of his life in becoming a man.
So what we want is for you lot, you dads out there, to help us write a book, which will be your book as well, called Letters to Our Sons. So if you could write letters to your sons, and they can be letters about anything, can't they?
Yeah, they can be funny, they can be sad, they can be moving. It doesn't matter what kind of dad you are. It doesn't matter what your experience is. You don't have to be a great writer. You don't have to write this perfectly. It's just about writing honestly. And you can submit anonymously if you want.
Yeah.
It's entirely up to you.
So please, 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 please put pen to paper or get that keyboard out. Get someone to help you if you want. I'm dyslexic, but I'm still going to do one. So my missus will probably help me. But get your letters in, please, so we can read them and you can help us make a book that can hopefully talk to generations to come. Do you know what I mean? So please help us make this book. Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice one.
Now, from watching this stream, you might be thinking, I can guess who is the representative of Dad Lasol here, and I can guess who's the guest. Well, you can't, because I did not wear my Dad Lasol t-shirt, but someone did. Charlie Moore, hello, how are you doing?
I am very well. Hi, Jim.
You've shamed me with your preparation.
Well, this is all I ever wear now, so it was accidental.
I tell you what, you're in esteemed company, because me and Dan gave Chuck D one the other day. So, and also me and Dan will wear them occasionally, but that's not as esteemed company. It was quite something to be there, seeing Chuck D receive his Dad Lasol t-shirt. It was quite a thing.
I am sure I would maybe have wet myself a little bit if I was meeting Chuck D.
I mean, it was. I know this interview isn't about me, but it was a real thing. Yeah,
they do garner attention. A lot of people recognise the Dad Lasol branding, which is really, really heartening.
And this is great. This is really good, because one of the many reasons you're here is because you are hosting our Dad Lasol Tunbridge Wells meetups, and so we now have this footprint in Tunbridge Wells, and it's thanks to you.
Well, I'm glad to lend you my venue. I'm not allowed, but I will cook for you and lay volunteers on for you, and I am delighted to have it here. We talked about it a long time ago, just opened the cafe, and to see it come to fruition is amazing.
And that's it's because you and Dan go way back, right? So Dan Flanagan, the Uberlord of Dad Lasol, and you know him from back in the Tunbridge Wells days, right?
Back in the day, roller discos, YMCA, all the schools were close by. The friendship groups were huge because we talked to each other. We didn't just get on the internet. So the roller skates or not roller skates days.
Right, nice. I mean, I'd love to see Dan on roller skates now, but that's by the by. And so when we were thinking of spreading the word of Dad Lasol to a different county, to Kent, it was a great choice, because tell us a bit about Charlie's Angels. What do you do? What is it all about?
Charlie's Angels Kitchens is a mission to we repurpose surplus food, which is one of the big ones. Why we're over. So we're not talking about plates and making it into something like a bubble and squeak. We're talking about good food that is straight from field to us, or even from a warehouse. It's packaged, it's produced and stuck in a warehouse, doesn't even make a supermarket. So we use all that amazing food to create a wonderful cafe menu. And we also serve our community by inviting our customers to pay whatever they like. We have prices on our menu as a guide, and if you can't pay them, we've got a little bit of Charlie's Change to support you. And if you want to add to that Charlie's Change to keep supporting our community, that's what we do.
It's such an amazing thing. It really is, because that's a few of our many social issues in one, really, isn't it? It is that, food, there's a lot of food poverty, and Tunbridge Wells has a surprising amount of food poverty, right?
It does. Everybody says that. Tunbridge Wells, that's really affluent. Why would you need that in Tunbridge Wells? When I researched it in 2020, 1 in 10 children were in receipt of free school meals. And that's estimated to be 1 in 8 now, because the cost of living crisis is hitting at working families more than any other group, I would say. That's the rise that we've seen. But also we've got a double-edged sword here, because people don't feel like they're being helped by us. They feel like they are helping. We're saving the world by reducing food waste. It contributes more greenhouse gases than aviation.
I was absolutely shocked. I read that. Is it on your website? I think it is.
Oh, yeah, I do repeat all the same phrases. You know how it goes.
Well, no, but I mean, that is one that you definitely need to, isn't it? What an amazing statistic. That is an amazing, terrifying statistics. And that's just waste of food. That's not the food industry.
Just waste of food. Of all the food wasted in 1 year, just 25% of it could feed every hungry person on the earth.
Wow. And so why is it being wasted? What happens? What's that process? Why is there this sort of issue with food waste?
It's to farmers' fields. If they haven't sold their produce, there's no point harvesting it, so it will rot in the fields. They might have pollinating rows. They might have the carrot that isn't trendy at the moment. There are many reasons, and again, we're producing more than is selling. Brexit maybe not a popular subject, maybe something to do with that as well. Food going out of the UK, so it's just sitting there rotting instead. And even animals being farmed. It's just the industry decides that we need more choice than we actually do. So over and over again, a supermarket bakery, most of them run at a loss, and the supermarkets know this, but they also know when we go into the store and smell that bakery, we're more likely to spend more money. So we'll spend money elsewhere, and they'll run that at a loss.
Okay. And so that's like extraneous products that they're producing and trying to sell just for a different purpose other than actually selling those particular products.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So where do you get then the food that comes in? So where is it? Is it a range of different sources?
Yes, we work with the wonderful FareShare, who are a national charity. They've been going 30 years, and they're partnering up with the Felix Project. They deliver to us amazing juice twice a week. And those big supermarket stacky boxes, we go through about 30 of those in a week. That's the amount of food that we save. And then we collect from supermarkets, big and small, Sainsbury's, Lidl, Marks and Spencer, several branches, different days, different stores. And it's not just food. This morning, I've picked up 15 bags of charcoal and 30 disposable barbecues. It's, stuff that they just chuck it out. They we've tried to sell it. We haven't, we'll throw it away. It's not cool.
Okay. Well, I mean, would they normally just have like binned this? Is this what that was happening? It was all going in the bin, and
it was all going into waste. Yeah.
Right. And have they had to sort of be shamed into it, or are they happy to send it?
They've been rattled. FareShare do a very good job of exposing the waste that's happening in supermarkets and across the board. FareShare also support those farmers who aren't producing by organising teams of volunteers to go in and harvest it to get it out to community groups.
All right. Wow. Oh,
and it's got to be overseen as well, because if you've got people collecting end of day produce from a supermarket, they're not putting it in the fridge, or they're not freezing it, and they're not temperature checking it. It can be dangerous. So I get it from their side that they need some safety in place, which again, FareShare and another group called Neighbourly have gone the extra mile. They train the people who collect it, and they make sure that different groups collect it on different days. So it goes into bellies, not bins.
Oh, that is amazing. So you don't know what you're going to get supplied with from one week to the next. Is that the case?
Ready, steady, cook. We play ready, steady, cook every week. We get a dispatch note on the morning of each delivery. So it gives us a few hours to think about whether we're having carrot and apple soup, or a butternut chili, or more toasties. And yeah, it's all good.
I feel a bit anxious thinking about this. This is your life.
It's really good. And I started it in my home kitchen, where I'd have 2 volunteers. I'd have all this food arrive and 2 volunteers rocking up to chop it. And we would feed about 80 people at a pop-up. That was our very, very early days.
Oh, wow. So that was, I mean, let's go back to those early days. How did it start then? What was the trigger to go, actually, I need to do this. I need to do something about this.
I talked about it for a long time. A friend of mine in Brighton said, that thing you keep chatting about and never doing? Well, they do it in Brighton. It's called the Real Junk Food Project, and here's the email. So I spent a day with them talking about my idea, seeing how they ran their program, and got loads of info. And immediately after that was lockdown. So my work halved. So I had half a day to really get onto it and work out what sort of training I would need, what the safety specs were, what inspections I'd need. So I just jumped in. Then I did a GoFundMe on Facebook to friends and family. So the whole thing was launched on a £750 GoFundMe.
Wow. Okay. And that's basically, you go to Fair Share, do you, and go, got some money, can I get some of your food off you? I'm going to do some stuff with it.
They bring it out. The money I use to buy a gazebo and a soup urn and to rent a space outside the village church. So I'd use their forecourt for this huge pop-up, and we'd have tables and tables of produce once a week.
Oh, it sounds ace. And then it was a success, and then you moved. I mean, how quickly did you go into having the actual physical location?
That very quickly. I used to say on the pop-up, when we're a big girl, we'll be a cafe. And then within 2.5 years, a local businessman had bought a building which was, it's near his offices. He's just like, I've sort of got a spare cafe, and I wonder if you'd like it for a peppercorn rent. And I was like, well, yeah.
Wow.
So we did, we just, and I'm that kind of girl that you just jump in and try it. And here we are. It was built with love. We put out a shout on Facebook, who would like to help us make this place pretty, and people turned up and they scrubbed stuff, painted stuff, and it's amazing when you start something from your heart. The support that comes on board. We had a mystery shopper who then said, I'm from the Samphire Trust and we'd like to buy you a carpet for your upstairs room.
Oh, nice.
And the cooperative funeral parlour said, can we give you some money towards a freezer? The local Quakers gave us some money. People are like, oh, we see what you're doing and this is how we can support you. It's amazing.
Just like to check, the freezer wasn't one that the funeral service had already used for
much smaller than their requirements.
Okay, just
much
checking.
Yeah.
Just have to check. I've just disturbed myself. Anyway, what a community thing. That is so nice, isn't it? I love it. Those stories of people who come together as a community to make things happen. And obviously, you're at the head of that, but what support you've had and what a great thing. How's it going then? How is Charlie's Angels Kitchens going?
My catchphrase at the moment is the door is open and the lights are on.
Yeah.
It's very much hand to mouth. We're fingers crossed on a big grant funding. And I've just had an email with a new volunteer who can potentially push our upstairs room as another way of generating some income. It's not easy. It doesn't always break even, but we smile, we open the door. We're volunteer run, so the team are like a massive family who just keep this place ticking over. And we're still out there on the street shouting about it because people who haven't heard of us.
Right. Yeah. And it's something, what an amazing resource for the town and, for the local area as well. And yeah, great. It's, it's so nice. And it'd be good if we can help spread the word. Hopefully people are watching this and going, that sounds like a great idea. I mean, I live in York. If I'm ever down there, I will be coming in to say hello, definitely.
Yeah, spread the word. It's for everybody. A lot of people say, isn't it just for poor people? Like, no. Do you care about food waste? Here is an easy way for you to have a solution to that. Just buy your stuff here. Just buy your coffee here. Just take some stuff off the surplus shelf. This is, we can only bring it here. It's up to the public to come in and use it. Yeah,
of course. And who is the responsibility? Is it you just with the responsibility for working out what you're going to serve? Or are there a group of you going, oh, well, we've got this, we could do this with this and make a thing?
We love ideas. Customers bring us ideas. Customers bring us new recipes. We've got some great managers and volunteers. We've had 2 amazing chefs volunteering recently, but they've both taken a little bit of time out. So I'm back to calling the shots in the kitchen, but we've got plenty of ideas coming in. And we're 2 years old nearly. We've got staples, the tried and tested. Oh, you're doing that croissant bake again because that was amazing. People will request certain things. And you don't. I don't want to drag this up, but I think I have to. Having read this on your website, you don't serve ladybirds then. I don't. And apparently, when your toddler eats a ladybird, their breath really stinks. It's one of the ladybird defense mechanisms that they are really smelly.
Oh,
So yeah, I did eat a few of them. I mean, they're pretty. I get it. They're gorgeous.
yeah, that's it. But that's the thing, isn't it? Because we're attracted to food that looks good. First bite
Yeah.
is with the eyes. That's what they say, right? So that was your first experimental food experience, yeah?
It was, yes. And I knocked up another one accidentally yesterday. We've been doing a peanut and pepper soup, which is amazing.
Oh,
And the peanut butter, after I'd added it, what's the sweet smell? It was caramelized. It was salted caramel peanut butter.
Oh,
So, so we've changed the name slightly, and we call it caramelized onion
okay, yeah.
and peanut soup. But it works. It's still okay.
Wow. Also, I mean, who thought? Tell you what, peanut butter needs salted caramel as well. That is, that's an overload, isn't it?
That person is my friend.
Yeah, good to be added into something else. I think that might be too much on its own. That's great. Well, are there any tips that you've garnered for how we in our own homes can stop our food waste? Because the supermarkets waste it, the farmers maybe waste it, but we also waste it at home, don't we? What can we do?
That is an excellent question, because still in the UK, the highest group food waste, if you group it into restaurants, homes, supermarkets, farms, homes produce the most waste. Because we fall for all of that buy one get one free. All the promotions, we buy stuff we don't need. So first thing, menu plan, only buy what you need. And second thing, look at ways of preserving. Did you know you could freeze an avocado?
I did not know that. No, that's a good.
A perfectly ripe avocado, cut it in half, knock it out of the shell, roll it in lemon juice, freeze it flat, and it defrosts as beautiful as it went in. It's just incredible. So don't leave them in the fruit bowl to go overripe. Stick them in the freezer.
Oh yeah, there's nothing worse, is there? Then when you go, I'm gonna have a bit of avocado, and then it's just like black mush in the middle.
They will do that in the half hour you think about cooking them, though. They're perfectly ripe. Then you go, oh man, what's happened to it?
Yeah.
And cook up the cheesy croissant bake that I mentioned. Stale croissants with beaten up eggs. You can put all the leftover bits in the fridge in there. Those last 2 rashers of bacon, that last mushroom, that half an onion, the third of a pepper that's in there. Chop them all up, chuck them in there, make a bake with it.
Hungry now. I feel that's such a great idea. Yeah. Right. I need to go and eat some food at some point.
What are you having for your lunch, Jim?
I think I'm going to have some poached eggs. Actually, I've got some eggs, and I don't want to waste them.
Well, there you go. You can freeze eggs.
No, you can't freeze.
Yes, you can. You have to take them out the shell, beat the yolk and the white together, and then they will freeze.
Whoa, we are learning. We're not just enjoying this. We are learning today. That's brilliant. That is absolutely. I was going to say that is a cracking tip, but it was not meant to be a pun, but it did end up being a pun. And I genuinely did not mean that one, but I'm quite happy with it anyway. Oh, I love that. That's great. So you are also hosting our Dadler Soul events, getting a load of Dadler Soulies into Charlie's Angels kitchens. And as you say, you're banished from that time. But I have it on good authority. People are really enjoying it. They had a great time.
I was allowed a sneak peek at the launch, and it was amazing. Absolutely loved it. So if anyone hasn't been before, there's Lego. For me, that was a winner. I obviously will prepare you some amazing food, and the venue itself, I think it's probably smaller than some of your other places, but it's over 3 levels. So you've got a nice quiet breakout room upstairs with the chess set and cozy lighting. Downstairs, you've got 2 levels, the mezzanine and the ground floor. So it's noisier ground floor. And then you've got the mezzanine where you can have a bite to eat, and it's a bit more chill. It was just amazing. I really, really loved it.
And we're going to do it first Thursday of every month. So make sure you get onto dadlersoul.com/events. to go and get tickets. That's dadlersoul.com/events. Come and meet a community of dads. It's all about community, you know, the communities behind what you do, communities behind what we do. And it's a lovely thing. Charlie, thank you so much for joining us. It's absolutely fascinating. And if there's anything else you want to sell, it's just sell. Give us all the hard sell on Charlie's Angel
Well,
Kitchens.
Charlie's Angel Kitchens is amazing. Conscious consumers, ethical eats. Also, Dadler Soul is fantastic. Loads of people walked past actually and said, "It looks so that Dad's night." So already it's been spotted. So get your tickets, get yourselves here.
Thank you very much, Charlie. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Jim.